Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back with you to talk about House of Villains Season 3, Episode 6. Do we need a Kiva next week for Season 3, Episode 7? We are ready to talk about everything, and the panel can't wait to make out what happened on this week's episode. Back with us, it's Jenny Autumn. Jenny, how are you?
Rob, I'm so relieved that you're back. I thought we lost you to a case of gonorrhea last week, so
God
very,
forbid.
very relieved to hear that it was not that. It was not the
Yes.
case, and you're here with us again.
Symptoms have cleared up, feeling good, happy
All
to be
right.
back, and very excited to break it all down once again with Chappell. Chappell, how are you?
I'm good, but like Jenny, I am very happy to see you back with us, boss man. The YouTube comment said, "Let him rest, free him."
Yes.
Listen, sometimes you just need the villain suite for a night, and then sometimes you don't come back, but you did. So
energized. Yes, the HBIC is back, baby. Okay, and we're ready to talk. Yes, so we're ready to talk about everything from House of Villains episode 6, and it was a double elimination episode. What?
Surprise!
Yes. Usually that it takes a couple of weeks to get rid of somebody. Have we ever lost 2 villains in one night?
I can't even answer that question for you because in House of Villains they just be doing stuff. Jenny, do you
They
know?
just be doing stuff.
I don't think so. They're eliminating people faster than Survivor 50 is at this point. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't start with 24 villains, but yes, we had both. This was actually like the premiere of Survivor 50. I won't spoil it for anybody who just watches House of Villains and doesn't watch it. But we had a medical evacuation and a vote out tonight.
Also from gonorrhea.
Yeah, we had a celebrity guest as well. It was bananas.
Yeah.
Rob, there was some overlap in House of Villains, I guess, and the Survivor, I guess, with all of these Survivor players. I mean, we obviously have Tyson, but this is going to be fun to talk about now that we have you back to discuss some of the things we saw in the preview as well. I want to know what you made out about this episode as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, excited to get into it. And I will say that I struggle with how to talk about House of Villains. I really do, because I don't know what to talk about to like go through it in order, because it's just like so many things happen during the episode. And I tend to not want to do podcasts like chronologically. I tend to like want to talk about like what are the important things that happen, but I kind of feel like it's almost hard not to talk about this show linearly.
It's like Big Brother. You can talk about the elimination, but then you got to talk about the aftermath. You got to talk about the veto. You got things to discuss. Yeah. I think the big headline in this episode is just like, we're still living in Kate's world, Jenny. She threw a grenade and blew up the orange room, and now we're all just trying to figure out where we all stand in Kate's world.
She said she just needed to hate people to let the villain out, and she has arrived. And we are all better for it.
So, okay, I think that we could talk. Yes, Chappell?
Well, I was going to ask, what do you think about Kate? I mean, I know I'm
a big Kate fan. I enjoy her very much. That she is she what?
In the traders group chat that you got?
Not yet. No, we're not in the same group chat. Okay, but I do enjoy her very much on the show. I think she's really, really good. So, I think this is a good place to jump in, because I think we can talk about the Kate and Ashley of it all, and we're not talking about the Olsen twins. And so Kate ends up letting Ashley, who was coming down with something, stay in the supervillain suite. And we saw that Tyson, he was, he narrowly avoided being on the hit list, but then gets hoisted by his own petard, in that he decides to go to the Nest thermostat and crank it all the way up to 85. Jenny, do you know 85? Right?
Yes. Okay. This is a thing I've had to explain, is that most thermostats in Canada are in Fahrenheit, despite our like weather being in Celsius. So I do understand 85 is diabolical. Tyson has gotten up to some hijinks in his time. Like, I love that he was explaining that, like, usually on Survivor, I like to play some pranks, but I've kind of had to play it a little careful with these people. And this might be one of the worst things that he's ever done, is someone who runs hot when they sleep. Like, 85. Kate's in full ass pajamas. Like, what?
Not the age demo to be playing that prank on, Tyson.
Exactly. A bunch of women, you know, like perimenopause, menopause, like that is diabolical, Tyson.
Yeah. But so Kate ends up, I need to go sleep outside. And then somehow she discovers what she calls the nuclear codes, which is basically like Ashley's notebook. And I don't know if Ashley was like, hey, I'm checked out of the game or I'm already out, but she left this notebook out and Kate ends up going through it. But Chappell, this to me, we've come full circle because you remember back to season 1 of The Traitors, where it was Kate who had a notebook that she left on her seat in the round table, only to have it found by Stephanie LaGrossa.
Man, and it's funny that these notes and things like that, they just keep revealing themselves over and over again, especially when these challenge people are involved. You know, Johnny Bananas is only in that season for a split second, but we've had plenty of like notebooks with all kinds of plans written down from the challenge. You would think Ashley would know that. I think Michaela got in trouble for writing something down one time. I think she wrote down her hit list. You know, wild that this happened, but even wilder that the only reason Tyson even finds it is because Tyson was playing this prank. Had he been leaving people alone and not cranking the heat up, Kate doesn't go outside, and then she doesn't find the notebook.
But I had to go back and I went back and I watched this clip of that. It's Kate who leaves the notebook at the round table in The Traitors. And now here's Kate. This is now Nature is Healing. Kate finds the notebook.
And Ashley signed it. That was the funniest part about it to me. Not only did she sign the notebook, but Kate, you could say, oh, Kate, back to your old tricks, doing your notebook thing. We saw The Traitors. But then she says, yeah, it has Ashley's signature right here. You're like, well,
yeah,
can't beat that.
You can't forge that. Why are we writing in notebooks? These people have their phones. Like, we don't hide that they are. They're literally like, we see Tyson FaceTiming with Marlo. Like, they're talking, like they're literally holding their phones. Paul's asking for a USB-C. Like, these people do have their phones at certain points. Like, my friends, you all have a notes app. What are we doing?
This is a good
question.
Why
are we writing things on paper?
Now, in The Traitors, it does make sense that you, at nighttime, you go to your room, and then you're like, well, I got to write this down. This person did this person did this. But in House of Villains, do you
What
need...
are you writing?
What are you writing?
She needed the visual aid. She was trying to explain strategy to Johnny Middlebrooks. She's like, look, here are the alliances. You got over here, you got these 3 and these 4, then you got these 4 over here, and in the middle you got Tom. Her diagram was inaccurate, but she needed it to at least explain to Johnny and Paul, I guess, what she was thinking. Again, these are not issues you see on Survivor because they don't get anything. They don't have to write anything. Big Brother fans will know that Big Brother contestants don't get to write anything either.
Yeah.
So they're used to doing these strategies in their heads. You bring in these new people and they start, having to need a little extra assistance.
I can tell you they've changed the rules on The Traitors because they told us you are not allowed to bring any writing implements or paper to the day on The Traitors.
Yeah. Wow.
Makes sense.
Keep that in your room.
Yeah,
that's you only write in the room.
Only right in the room, right?
It gave us the good TV for season 1, and then after that, they said, "Okay, but we don't need y'all writing down every single thing that anybody does, and fact checking each other like that. It just makes the show boring." So we got the entertainment from Kate then, and like you said, came full circle, and we get more Kate entertainment when it comes to another notebook.
Yeah. Okay, so Kate realizes that after Tyson was trying to, really sweet talk her and make this final 2 deal with her, that, he narrowly avoided going up on the hit list last week, but it won't be for long because we're going to first get Johnny Bananas here to come in and host the challenge.
Yeah.
Listen, he's from the OG season. We're getting the return of Johnny Bananas. Although we did see him in the premiere. He's back on his little motor scooter thing again. And it's great. We get to see Bananas interact with New York again. We get a nice little reunion here. And apparently he's looking better to New York.
She's into it.
I think I see it. I think it's like, okay. I think it's the hair. It's like his hair is darker. Like he's got like the graying thing in the side, but then I think it's like his top hair is darker than it usually is. I think he like dyed his hair. I don't know. He like just fermented or something, but and then it makes the gray in the side like more prominent and it pops a little bit. And I think that that's what New York is.
You got a makeover.
Yeah, you got a glow up. And I co-sign what New York is seeing. Her and I are the same, you know, we see all the same things.
Yeah. We heard about her fiance in this episode. Did we know about this?
Yeah, she said in the premiere that she had a fiance. She said she put it on him in the first night and he ain't never left since then. So yeah, that's how New York does it.
That's HBIC behavior.
For sure. Okay.
He might issue after watching this episode.
All right. So here we got, like, we broke the fourth wall with Bananas. We were seeing all like behind the scenes.
Yeah, this is what this show does. You'll meet the producers. We saw the producer that came and talked to Ashley. We obviously see Bananas behind the scenes. If they do any fun confessionals, you get to hear about it directly from the horse's mouth. And yeah, this got to keep House of Villains fun, you know, because despite Ashley being medevaced, it wasn't a sad moment in the show. You know, if this is Survivor, they're playing the music. Yeah, Jeff's coming in on the boat. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. I have to let y'all know. They brought in Johnny Bananas to make a gonorrhea joke.
Yeah.
And it's Johnny Bananas is someone that knows Ashley, too. Like, that was the thing is, like, there's the challenge connection there as well. So, they definitely break the fourth wall all the time. And to the point about Kate letting Ashley use the supervillain suite, I actually don't even believe that was like a Kate offering. I believe that was probably, again, production, because we see production talking to Ashley while she's in the bathroom like retching, and I believe that production was probably like, hey Kate, can you let Ashley sleep down there tonight, because they don't want, if she's got something that's spreadable, we don't know the details of the gonorrhea. Like, if you get your whole cast sick, then we got a problem. So I don't think that this is Kate's goodwill here. I think Kate was just like, okay, I'll go upstairs for the night.
Well, Johnny breaks the news that Ashley has been removed from the game. Like, oh, you're joking. And like, no, it's called a curveball. I was surprised that she was this sick that they had to completely take her out of the game.
Yeah, it might be, like Jenny said, something that's easily spreadable, whereas like the flu or something like that.
COVID,
it had to be something where they're like, we got to get you out the house, because she went to urgent care. You know, we saw her throwing up and things like that. If it was, I think this definitely felt like, all right, we got to get her out of the way so we can at least keep the show going. There was no fanfare. There was no goodbye. We didn't get a goodbye Ashley montage. We didn't get final words. She was just throwing up, and then they said, all right, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
We got the puppet throwing up into the toilet. That's it. It's making me realize even more how diabolical what Tyson did was, because like Ashley was like
feverish,
fever and chills. And this man is like crank. Like, no wonder she had to go to urgent care.
Was it effective? You know?
I mean,
it worked. Got someone out of the house.
It's one of the least. It's not work well
for him.
Did get him on a hit list.
Tyson will get.
Yeah.
Tyson. Not great week for Tyson.
Yeah.
Was stressed out.
This ended up being a moment where I was saying, I feel like every time somebody gets injured or medevaced on Survivor, you always hear like, let them have 24 hours. That's what they did in Australian Survivor. And I feel like that this show, out of anything, a show that has like no rules whatsoever, it took her 4 days to come back. Like, I kind of feel like if this was New York, would they have just like called it on the spot?
But she's coming back next season, so it doesn't matter. You know?
Yeah.
New York's got a revolving door. I hear what you're saying, Rob, but I'm sure they only have this house for like 17 days. And so they're like, we can't push back the elimination. We gotta have to do something with somebody.
Yeah.
They had to move her on and keep going. They said, listen, the prize money's not that big.
She has gonorrhea. That's it. She's out. She's out of the game. Okay.
Good joke from Johnny Bananas, for real. But as somebody named Johnny, Now, somebody named Johnny, I think he might have heard that one about himself before.
Yeah, I think he's probably given somebody, at least one person, gonorrhea, maybe multiple, challenge,
right,
contestants in his
he's
time.
had it himself right in the banana.
Yeah, I think he's like patient zero of gonorrhea. Like it originated in him, and then it's just spread like wildfire.
Okay. So now Kate has to name her third nominee. And what she does, she goes right to the Ashley notebook.
Oh,
she got it. She's so good.
That's the perfect thing though. Like, like, let me make this easy for you. The very fact that Tom isn't even on the side in that notebook, and that she doesn't have to be choosing between Tyson and Tom, it's very clear she got exactly what she wanted. She's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna put Ashley's next person in line.
I think Tyson is just not taking this seriously enough. These villains are onto him, and we're not used to seeing that. You would think people who didn't know Tyson's game would be susceptible to this stuff, but Kate and Drita, they're just not your average, they're not your average reality TV contestants. They take no guff, okay? And so now she's got this smoking gun in the form of the notebook, Ashley's signature on it. It allows Kate to not only target somebody that her and Drita were looking at targeting, but she can also say, I can't even take the blame. These are Ashley's words. Look at this. Ashley said right here. I was like, how is she getting away with this? It's so good. I'm very impressed, man. Kate's got to do more reality competition shows.
Well, she ends up getting Tyson up onto the block. And so we're going to have our hit list challenge, which is called Minion Impossible, with Johnny, Paul, and Tyson. And really that whole bedroom of the Johnny, Paul, Ashley bedroom really was just completely obliterated after this episode.
Go Kate.
I mean, and I truly think that that's, why Kate ultimately decided to put the three of them up, even though she left that last episode really with her radar on Tyson being like, I'm going to get you, but I got to deal with these three people first. Because ultimately, like, if there are 3 spots on the hit list and there's a tight alliance of 3, the best way to guarantee to break them up is you put all 3 of them up together. No hijinks. And so I think knowing especially that Drita is also onto Tyson, and that maybe they can, work on Tom and let Tom, know that Tyson doesn't have his back as much as he thinks, like, then you do the bigger problem in front of you, which is this 3-headed monster. And so like Kate gets everything she wants here pretty much, except for I think that in a perfect world, she puts Tyson up on the hit list here, and it's actually Tyson that goes next. I don't think that she was really hoping for 2 of the 3 to go here.
Let's talk about the challenge. Minion Impossible. You got to get somebody to do stuff, so you get points in the challenge. Where do we start with this challenge?
Well, let's talk about Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
Who knew that Tom Sandoval is the most faithful man in America?
Loyal.
This man is loyal to the soil, Jenny.
I've learned so much about Tom in this episode. He is incredibly focused on loyalty, and really concerned about the way that women are portrayed and spoken about, like, advocate for women's rights here, Tom Sandoval.
Yeah,
there it is.
This was a real character study in Tom Sandoval tonight.
Maybe we all just got it wrong.
He's
the Sandoval thing happened so long ago. People can grow, people can change. We saw this. Tom Sandoval is given every reason in the world to not trust Tyson right now. Kate's got it in writing. Don't trust Tyson. And she says, Tom, he's not looking out for you. Here's the proof. And Tom's like, yeah, but I got to protect Tyson, at least for now. That's my guy. And then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I was like, oh, Tom, look at Tom giving people the benefit of the doubt, talking out his problems, not turning on his allies. A faithful king. Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's just learned something, because the thing is like he stepped up for Tyson in many ways, but he did have his limits. Again, speaking to the loyalty. He's got a girlfriend. He's not kissing anybody. That's the one thing he put his foot down on.
Not gonna get his girlfriend would be pissed if he kisses Tyson.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like they're married, Tom.
Tyson says, Rachel, hold my beer.
All right. So we have in the challenge. First, go jump in the pool. We're just getting warmed up.
Okay.
Although that pool maybe is what took out Ashley.
Right. And I don't know if I would have gotten that pool. But I was very surprised that Drita and Christine actually go through with this. And I understand Drita. She likes Johnny. She does. She said in our preseason press when we asked her, she was like, "Oh, I knew Johnny coming into the house. I knew of him because I watched Love Island. I love the show." So she's already found her fave and she's gonna go to bat for him. But Christine getting in the pool for Paul was such a surprise to me because I just knew Christine could not be bothered. Like, she's like, why would I do this? She's not aligned with Paul. She's not. It doesn't look like she's the biggest fan of Paul in general. She's definitely targeting them if any chance she can get. So I was surprised that all of these villains played along. None of them were like, I'm just not doing any of this. They all were good sports about it.
Yeah. I wonder.
Like, I'm just picturing somebody off camera with like a gun being like, you have to
jump in the pool.
Like, don't ruin this episode. You play along.
Yeah. I wonder if there was some sort of like coaxing from production where we heard, I think it was Kate saying like, well, 2 of these people are going to stay in the house and then they're going to be mad if we don't do stuff for them. So I wonder if they were sort of like reminded, hey, remember, people are going to appreciate it that you did these things for them. So you may want to like get some brownie points in this challenge.
No. You're not giving Kate enough. She knew this. She recognized the strategic merit in doing this. She said, listen, I'm trying to get my target out, but if Paul's going to be around, I got to do something for Paul because I got to make sure Paul's not targeting me. Look at Kate, mastermind, the puppeteer.
And also, I think it kind of becomes the rationale of those that really wanted to succeed in taking the shot at Tyson here recognizes that Tyson has an A1 lackey here that is willing to do everything except for, make out with somebody for him when the whole challenge is about minions, that you're just going to hand the challenge to Tyson if you don't step up for Johnny or for Paul. So I think that also played a part here. I mean, it certainly did for Drita, I believe, where Drita kind of just became the designated minion for Johnny. And then I don't know, I guess other people just decided to like play along and help Paul just cause, I guess. I don't know, just in case it was necessary.
Christine needs allies. Christine said, I want to make Paul my bitch. I said, okay, Christine,
did say that.
Jump in the pool.
Yeah.
Be a bitch.
Okay, round 2 is wear whatever I say. Tom is like French maid.
Yeah.
And New York's into it. She's like, I'd watch him clean my room. It's like, New York, please.
New York was freaking horned up this episode.
Yeah.
she was looking at Tom like in a few ways this episode. She's talking about suits and stuff. She's thinking about the little maid outfit. Like
she talked about bananas, and then she does this thing with Tyson. New York was hot.
I'm just saying, like, there's just the moon was doing something. But I didn't really understand the point of this round. They just put costumes on.
Yeah, wear whatever I say. Yeah, because do you think Johnny Middlebrooks is putting on the French maid outfit if he's the minion here?
I think he is. If it's someone that he wants to help, I think the only reason, I think he does that for one of his allies. He wouldn't even hold
the plastic dick. The balloon. He was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want people to see me holding that. You think that man gonna wear a French maid outfit?
I think. I mean, I don't know if
enough. I think he would.
If it's short enough, show off them calves.
Yeah, I don't know if they have the French maid outfit that like they barely got him into the straps in the chair. So I don't know if his upper physique would have allowed for the French maid. Do they make really broad shoulder French maid costumes? Not sure. But
we'll get back to you.
I just didn't feel the things were supposed to get progressively like harder, and I feel like I would rather just put on a Halloween costume than jump into the pool in my clothes and then be soaking wet after. Like, I actually just, like, they were all happy to get into the costumes because these are the same people that were sitting in sopping wet clothes.
Yeah. Well, Jenny, you have to remember the house is 85 degrees, so go jump in the pool. That's refreshing.
You think no one has noticed by this
No one
point?
has turned the thermostat down.
They couldn't figure it out.
I guess that's just none of these people have ever used a thermostat.
Okay. All right. Round 3 was villain's choice. And so there were 2 things going on here. Pick one person and make out with them for 30 seconds or get into a banana eating contest, but only one person can win.
Right. And Tyson is like, well, if only one person can win the banana eating contest, I'll increase my odds if I can find somebody to make out with. Johnny had that same instinct too, but Christine was not having it. She said, no, not doing that. So he had to go up against Paul in the banana eating contest, or his minions did.
If Johnny would have gotten to New York first, do you think that he could have gotten the easy 2 points?
I don't think Johnny would have kissed New York. I don't think New York would have kissed Johnny. I think New York, like, and Tyson are aligned, and so it makes sense for her. I don't think it makes sense for her to even help Johnny in that moment.
Strategically.
No, I think that if Johnny asks New York first, I think that Tyson steps in. If New York even is considering it, but I think that she's probably looking at Tyson and being like, but Tyson had to offer here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think New York is turning and saying like, hello, my ally who is married. Would you like to make out? The other thing that was unclear to me about the rules of this is that it said you have to find a minion who will make out for 30 seconds. It like something in the explanation of it wasn't clear to me that it was supposed to be with you. Like, I almost felt like it could have been you have to get them to make out with someone. I swear the wording was like make out with someone for 30 seconds. So like technically could Tyson have gotten New York to like
kiss Kate?
Make out with like Christine or something? And I don't know. It must have been the rule that it had to be with you, but it was the way that Johnny Bananas read the clue that I was like, did he actually have to do it that way?
I think they'd allow it. I think this is a show that's loosey-goosey. I think if Tyson puts the necklace on New York and New York kisses Christine for 30 seconds, I think that Tyson gets the 2 points.
Yeah, it seems like he read the room and realized that nobody was going to do any kissing if it wasn't him. You know, like who could he honestly have told New York to go kiss that she would have kissed that's not named Tyson? I don't think she kisses Tom.
Yeah.
Well, she might kiss Tom, but you know, Tom won't let her. But you know, she's not kissing Christine. She's not going to kiss Drita. She's not going to kiss Kate. So you know, he's the only option.
Could Tyson have gotten Tom to kiss him?
No, Tom has a girlfriend and he's loyal.
Yeah, but
he's loyal, Jenny. He would never cheat.
Yeah,
but
never kiss another person.
Like, I don't like Tyson like that. You know what I mean? Like,
right. We're just friends.
But he could have just done it. Like this was like a like middle school play kiss. Like it was just like seconds. there was no tongue. There was like a lot of arms flailing around.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Play.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up, Rob. You're on the Traitors.
Yeah.
What if your challenge was you have to kiss somebody for 30 seconds or you can opt out, but you have to but you can't get the shield. You got to kiss somebody for 30 seconds, you get the shield.
We never see Rob again.
You gonna do it?
We never see Rob again.
So I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be.
You were talking mad trash a second ago. You were like, it's nothing.
Look, I'm telling you to like there's some people that are like would be like, okay, but like I'm not allowed to. I'm like. If I'm like put my arm around people in pictures, my wife's like what the hell? What is going on?
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not allowed to hold hands with anybody else.
That's all I'm saying. Tom Sandoval is probably on probation his entire life.
Yeah.
Until he dies. I think he is kind of one of those people where if he does
with cause.
Exactly. He brought this on himself. And so I just think for him, he knew automatically the first things out of his mouth needs to be, I have a girlfriend and I'm in love with her. You know, please don't look at me.
I don't want to be insulting to my friends, but this was like a not sexy kiss at all. This was just
I like
play acting.
Chappell was like, well,
it was a long kiss
for me. It was long. There was like the faces were very pressed together, but you're right. Like no opening of lips.
Yeah,
I think we're
it's just like
clearly no tongue zone.
Right.
But you know what? They sold it.
Yeah.
So
right.
I don't know.
They definitely sold it. Because when the preview dropped, the mentions were on fire, Jenny. You remember those days.
Can I say that I haven't had any place to talk about this. I was in Los Angeles last week, and I came into the RHAP patron meetup on Tuesday night. Always a great time. But on my way into the bar, it was just like 9 o'clock at night. There were two people having like a way sexier kiss. Like it was like standing in front of. I don't know. I didn't recognize. I don't know if they were with us because there was like bar trivia beforehand. But I had to like walk around two people like in a very like passionate like.
Yeah, I've been one of those people before.
RHAP event.
Yeah. Wow. This like. I think these people were not coming in. It looks like they were getting somewhere else. But this was like 9 o'clock on a Tuesday.
That sounds like a great Tuesday.
Great Tuesday.
I too have had a Tuesday.
But these people, like, they were going way longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments if anybody else saw that.
Yeah, show yourself. If it's you, are you listening to this? Show yourself.
I came in, I was so pumped up. I was like, oh, what kind of party is this?
That's how you do
We're having fun tonight.
Yeah. They weren't doing this at Stephen Fishback's book signing.
Who among us haven't had a great Tuesday night at RHAP event? That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when the real magic happens.
That's when it's going down.
You can get there for the Tuesday. And I'll see you next Tuesday, you know?
Forget New York. This was LA, baby.
It don't matter. It could be Raleigh.
Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about the banana eating contest?
Yeah.
Bananas.
I don't even know what to say about I don't even know if like I have the confidence to say I could beat somebody in a banana eating contest. You know, when they said it, I was like, Tyson, like there has to be another way to do this, right? Because banana eating contest.
Yeah, I mean, I would 30 hookworms or whatever they're called, hornworms.
I'm fully choosing the same thing that Tyson is here. Like, I think it's really hard to eat a lot of anything, and I am going like. Bananas are probably one of the last things that I would choose. I feel like bananas are also like one of those fruits that's like stealing the moisture from your mouth as you're eating it. Like it's kind of like absorbing your saliva.
You'd rather make out with Johnny Bananas than eat 7 bananas.
I'd rather make out with Johnny Bananas than eat 1 banana.
Jenny's like, I don't ever need a banana again.
That's even with the risk of gonorrhea.
And it's rampant, apparently.
Like bananas that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
I did love Paul coaching Christine and being like, try and find a little one next. Because I guess there were like bananas of different sizes, and it was about the number of bananas you ate. So it's like, if you can get a couple of the small ones in there, you're plowing through them real quick.
Paul said, for the love of God, use some strategy.
It's like Kate talking about the boats. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think I could eat some bananas, but I don't think I wouldn't want to eat 7.
How many did they eat? 7?
I think 7.
Is that the max?
7 and 6. Yeah, I think
the same amount of time as the same amount of time as the kiss, or was
7
it
bananas in 30 seconds?
So it's the same.
Yeah, that's a lot of bananas.
Was this happening as
I think it was longer than I think that it was
longer
than 30 seconds.
Maybe they had 2 minutes.
Either way,
I feel like I don't know.
You get, I think, constipated. I think if you eat 7 bananas.
Oh, they had 5 minutes. I had this in my notes. 30 seconds for the kiss, 5 minutes for the bananas.
5 minutes for the bananas. So you gotta eat like a 1.5 bananas every minute or so, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't sound that bad.
I could do it. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Give me the bananas pre-peeled too. I don't remember. Did they have to peel them?
They had to peel
them.
They had to peel them.
You're losing time peeling the banana.
Lay naked bananas out, Jenny. You gotta keep the clothes on.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about efficiency here. Like you're losing time, precious banana eating time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 seconds.
I know, and I've got nails. I could just pinch the tip and then just like
that's how it goes. That's how you get to that banana. That's the one.
Okay. All right. 7 bananas, Drita 8 for Johnny. Okay. All right. Then we're getting really gross here with rat-tat-toe and the spider facial.
Immediately no.
I am so shocked that Tiffany New York Pollard just was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I said, "Ma'am, who are you? Who is this woman?"
Spiders.
She was bored. She's helping Paul. She wasn't even helping Tyson. She's like, you know, Johnny, or was it Johnny that was Drita's gonna go and put her feet in the rats. Tom's doing it for Tyson. And then
no, Kate put her feet in the rats.
Oh, Kate, yeah, Kate did it. Yeah. Kate did it for Johnny. And New York doesn't need to do a damn thing at this point. And she's just like, I'll get a tarantula on my face for Paul. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
What?
This is, to me, this is as easy as jumping the pool with your clothes on. Like, this is like, okay, it's the spider walks across your face twice. The rats, they're like just like running around your feet. Like, this was nothing.
They poop in your toes.
I mean, they're not in there that long. Like, dear God, this is like explosive diarrhea from these rats. If they give them give them a banana for the love of God.
Little turds.
Yeah. What would you do, Chappell?
Put my feet in the rats. Yeah, like that would take that. What? That's nothing. Or
I think I could do the feet in the rats, not the tarantula though.
I got a spider didn't bother me. It didn't bother me.
Yeah, because you're hard as F. Okay.
Wow. You're right.
Okay. I know this about you.
I think I might rather do the tarantula than the rats.
Really? Because they didn't look like rats. They look like mice.
They're like little mice.
Yeah.
They're just pooping on you.
Yeah,
I guess the tarantula could poop on you too.
It could. Yeah, I mean, I guess the tarantula
on your
could
face.
harm you. Right on your face. Yeah. Do you really want it to poop on your face?
Would you rather?
Would you rather deal with
poop in your
one
toes?
bucket of rats or
make out with Johnny Bananas for 30 seconds
and have a tarantula poop in your mouth?
All right. So everybody. Right so everybody's getting points. Then we have the coffin of worms.
Ugh.
I biting this, but I wouldn't be happy about this. I would do it, but I wouldn't be happy.
The biting, it was in Paul's ass crack.
Yeah. And all over the place. They kept pulling him out. I mean, even later on, he's like, I think it's in my teeth, you know. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is gross. This is not
House of Villains.
Yeah. It's like Fear Factor all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The funniest part of this entire episode is when Kate goes, "Yeah, I think Drita was like, my agent said we weren't gonna do stuff like this on this show," and I think that's the truth. You know, when she asked, like, "Okay, so what do I got to do? I don't gotta eat nothing crazy." No, you definitely don't have to do that.
Not on this show.
Man. Not on House. We don't do that on House of Villains. Meanwhile, like, bring in the worms.
Yeah. Well, like, did Drita not watch any of the previous seasons? Because wasn't there a whole finale that was just eating? Do you remember that finale episode where it was like the multiple courses of the most vile shit you've seen? Like, so they've been doing it. This was not a new thing. They just brought it in earlier and it was pretty gross.
Okay, then we're gonna get everybody through. It's a tiebreaker between Johnny and Tyson. Eat the hornworms. I have to give it to Tyson he really wanted to be off the hit list. Ate 30 of these like disgusting blue worms.
They're so juicy.
Oh,
they were wet.
They were squirting everywhere.
So gross. Poor Johnny ate 29
and lost.
Worms.
Yeah. Johnny like hauled ass at the end there. Like Tyson had a really early lead and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like Tyson's got this. And then for Johnny to like pick up steam and catch up to Tyson and then still lose, and you just ate all those disgusting worms for nothing, like that is tragic.
Yeah. Jenny, you spoke with Johnny earlier, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay.
That exit interview will be coming very shortly.
Did you guys talk about the what is it called? The hookworm?
The hornworms?
Hornworms. Yeah.
I won't give too much away, but I did give him some props for, like Survivor people. You're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
You're happy to eat some worms because sometimes that's like your only protein. So Johnny, like, you have to give him some respect for the fact that he ate 28 of those things. And like, there were not sound effects added, right? Like, this is like juicy squirting.
I suspect there were lots of sound effects added on this show.
Okay, but the visuals.
Yeah. No visual effects added.
In the first season of Survivor, Jervis almost passes out from eating one bug, if I'm not mistaken. Johnny Middlebrooks, a guy from Love Island, ate 29 of them on House of Villains
and got voted out
for a fraction of the money. Like, people say they want old school Survivor back. I don't know. New school might want it more.
Yeah.
He said they were like gummy worms.
And he tried to tell himself they were like gummy worms.
It was just the texture is different.
And they were moving. Yeah.
They have horns. And they literally have horns. Horned bug is nasty. This is bad for Tyson. Winning this obviously is good for him. But Tyson now looks, not only does he look untrustworthy, but he also looks very scary competition-wise. I think that on the one hand, it might prevent people from putting him up because maybe they don't want to go up against him in a challenge like this. But on the other hand, like, he just kind of drawn the line in the sand and showed him that he's the big bad wolf in the house.
Yeah, that's what he was on Survivor, the big bad wolf.
That's him.
Yeah.
And with no, like, that's the one thing too that Tyson says in this episode is that he's kind of rattled because he escaped, he doesn't realize it at this point that he escaped being put on the hit list in the first place. And then they show up for the redemption challenge. He thinks he's safe for like another day or so and immediately gets blindsided by Ashley being gone and him getting put up. And he was not in the headspace to be like competing for his freaking life in the house. And so he shows up here and he's just like, all right, time to get to work. And proves it with these worms that he just absolutely inhales. Just impressive stuff.
Ugh.
So Tyson is off of the hit list, but he's not out of the hot water because Kate is going to start talking to Tom. And so she ends up really dumping out her own personal notebook to Tom and saying that, Tom, guess what? Tyson promised me the final two. And then it looks like that Tyson gets the jump on them. He's eavesdropping on them in the towel. But then Kate, she wants to air everything out.
Put this lady in the Celebrity Big Brother house now, okay? Now. We've seen worse game players on so many shows where they'll be getting promised the final two and they'll know somebody else got promised the final two, but they're like, no, but I'm the real final two. It's really me. I'm the one. She's like, Kate's not even doing this because she thinks that, oh, Tyson's double dealing. She's doing this because she genuinely likes Tom. She's like, nah, I don't like that Tyson is doing this stuff behind your back, Tom. You and I, we bonded on the boat. You, me, and Drita, you were going to bat for him so hard, only for him to now be throwing everything at me, saying that I'm his number one. I know he has a deal with New York as well, so he's lying to everybody, but he's willing to throw you under the bus to keep me around, or at least he's willing to tell us that. And Tom takes this very hard. Again, this man only knows how to be honest and faithful and trustworthy. And so hearing that somebody else is maybe going behind his back and, forming relationships with somebody, it does hurt. I would call this a Sandoval, Like, this is crazy. Why would you do this to such a man?
Mm-hmm.
Tom was shook from the events of the day because he's like pacing outside. You can tell like he's got some shit on his mind. But when Tyson walks in the towel and breaks things up, like, this is so funny because the way that Tom's voice changes when all of a sudden he sees Tyson walk in, he's just like, oh, hey buddy. Like his like voice goes up. He was like, oh God, I just caught my friend is here. I was just talking about him. And you really see that it's like he's got a soft spot for Tyson. Yeah. And that's precisely why this hurts him so much. He's starting to understand what it feels like to be betrayed by someone you love. And, I think it's just, again, so many things coming full circle here in this episode.
Yeah, I think for Tom, he just felt like, okay, I 100%. I mean, this is what he says, that I trusted somebody implicitly and I was giving them everything. And to find out that he was like, double dealing behind my back, like it was so hurtful for him.
And he just wants to be heard. Tom, he wants to be like, he wants people to take him seriously when it comes to his emotions, right? He wants Tyson to say, you know what, I'm sorry. So Tyson is trying to gaslight him. Tyson is trying to convince him, this is what you do. Somebody catches you, lie. You deny. No, I didn't say that. That's not what I meant. And he does it pretty well. Kate is saying, I don't know if he's lying to Tom or if he's lying to me, but I thought he said that he wanted to have a final two with me. Tyson's like, no, I mean, the three of us can go to the end. And while it's working on Kate, Tom is still like, I don't like that you was talking about things behind my back. We're supposed to be a tight two. We're supposed to be my one and only. And you out here talking to Kate.
I was surprised that Tyson wasn't like, no, listen, I was just lying to her. Like, I'm telling you the truth, but I'm just telling her what she wants to hear because she's the head villain.
I think he was.
The super villain. Yeah.
I think he said that to Tom. And Tom is just like, but why didn't you tell me you were going to say that? I think he just wants to be in on the plan.
I also wonder that, if Tom comes back from this reward and probably tips Tyson off, like, you need to go work on Kate and tell her, like, that you're good because she's throwing your name out as a possible third nominee here. And so if Tyson can just truly explain, like, bro, I was just doing what you told me to do with, like, trying to keep us both safe. Like, I'm just telling her what I think she wants to hear. There's no universe where I want to go to the end with Kate, who was considering putting me up as a nominee over you. Like, that's what you should say. It did seem like he was insinuating, like, listen, in these situations, you got to say something sometime, but I should have told you exactly what I was going to say. That's the thing. Because they're a team, and Tom is like, he's a baby strategist. You know what I mean? Like, he's really getting into this, like, gameplay thing, and he doesn't want to be left out of the plan here. Even if it's a fake thing that Tyson's selling Kate, you got to let him know.
His best friend. Tyson says, this is my best friend. And I heard it. So I was like, okay, what is happening? Y'all been in his house 10 days, Tyson, and Tom Sandoval is your best friend? Rob, I'm sorry.
The next morning, Tom Sandoval wakes up and he's still not over this. And Tyson is like, hey, Tom, you're going to get up. We're going to do stuff. He's like, I don't know.
Go hang out?
I don't know.
Tom is waking up and Tyson is laying it on so thick. It's like, hey, buddy, you want to go hang out? You want to go do stuff? And Tom's like, I don't know. I'm just kind of waking up. He's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to let you know that, like, I want you to vote me out. Like, if you voted me out, I'd still vote for you in the jury. I love you that much. You could screw me over. I don't care. I was like, Tyson is tap dancing. You rarely see him in this position. I don't think we've ever seen him in this position in any game.
I think that here's the thing, Tom has done some despicable things, but he's a man with feelings. He is a soft boy, and he was hurt here. And we have talked about, Tom has at points been very successful in charming people in this house. And I think that has also worked on Tyson to a degree. Like, yes, Tyson has his own self-serving reasons for why he wants to work with Tom and likes him as an ally. But it's very clear that, like, Tyson has picked up on the fact that Tom is actually hurt and is maybe questioning whether he should be loyal to him. And there is an emotional part of that for him. Like, Tyson's even saying it in confessional that, like, I can tell that he's, like, questioning me, and it really sucks. Like, it sucks to see. So yes, he's still playing the game, but Tom Sandoval has also charmed Tyson to a degree in that he does care that he hurt this man's feelings and that friend. He's trying to he wants his buddy back.
bestie.
We see Tom in the confessional. He's asked if him and Tyson are on good terms. He's like, I don't know.
I don't know. Tyson said they poop in the same toilet. They use the same
Not at the
shower.
same time.
They're supposed to be
together.
It doesn't matter. Okay, it's the principle. Supposed to be besties.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a bond.
All right. We get a little bit of a clarification on the rules of Selling Sunset. Apparently, nobody has ever seen Selling Sunset.
Didn't we watch Selling Sunset one time, Rob? Or was that
I think
just
we
me?
did. We did one of the seasons. It was like on Netflix. We watched one episode.
Yeah.
And the point is not to sell houses. It's just to have the
not a game, looks. I don't think. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not a game. Well,
yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're left with Johnny and Paul on the block against each other on the hit list. The two roommates who now somehow have to turn on each other.
And Paul is up against the wall here because Paul knows that in that minion challenge, people were willing to help Johnny. Paul was begging people to help him. At least Johnny has Drita, and so he's really got to go to work. New York is like, I'm good on Paul. He didn't abuse his power when he had the chance. Paul goes to Tyson, and Tyson's like, wah, 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 wah. Like he doesn't hear anything Paul is saying. He's over it. And it's really Tyson that's really pushing for Paul to go over Johnny Middlebrooks. But later on, this will flip. And somehow, Paul loses all of his standing because Johnny has betrayed the trust of Tom Sandoval. And you just don't do that. It's a man of fidelity.
Okay. So this is all gonna really start to heat up where Johnny, he's going to try to make the last ditch effort to talk to New York. But really, you see the Tyson, I think would have preferred to have Paul go home.
Yeah. Absolutely. He said he saw on Twitter that people were calling him a mastermind.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that.
He's like, it'd be funny. Let me take out the mastermind. He sends Johnny, he says, go work on Tom. You got me. You just got to get my best friend because I can't go against him now. And Johnny tries to, and they have to just rehash the reason why we ended up in this place in the first place. And it's not great because Johnny is trying to make excuses for why he was throwing Tom's name out as a potential person to go up on the block. And Tom just wants to be heard. He wants Johnny to own that he did a thing and to admit that it was hurtful and to let Tom sit with that. He doesn't want you to make it feel good. He wants you to just sit there and go through this emotional journey with him. And Johnny is not having it. By the end of this, they're both yelling at each other and the tide is turning. I don't think he's going to have the votes.
Yeah. Paul's excited.
Don't dismiss my feelings.
Don't.
And a fight is really intense when the bro count is
bro,
going up very quickly.
Bro. I was like, oh God, just shut up.
I loved Paul and Tyson outside, and Paul's doing the play-by-play of the fight to Tyson, being like, oh, they're standing now. They're standing. We were sitting, now we're standing.
And it all goes back to the first couple episodes where Paul had to go up on the block, and Tyson wanted Paul to go up on the block as a pawn, and Paul's like, "Are you kidding me, bro? Do you know what show I was on? I'm not doing that." But then he was, and he ultimately got put up on the block, right? And then they wanted to, when it was Johnny was the supervillain, then they were like, "Oh, we'll make Sandoval be on the block as a pawn." And then he didn't, and that we're still relitigating this.
It's the principle. Tom helped Johnny win that challenge. He said, I would have took out other people so you could be the supervillain, only for you to turn it on me. How would you feel if you were in my shoes? And Johnny's like, but I didn't put you up. He's like, but you wanted to. He's like, but I didn't put you up, but you thought about it. And it's the fact that you thought about it that's just as bad as you doing it. Okay.
He put a gun in his mouth and then took it out.
Yeah. And I was like, Tom, don't do that.
I will say that was a decent metaphor from Tom that he threatened your life in a way and then said, okay, maybe I won't. Oh, maybe I will. Oh no. But yeah, I think the problem is that Johnny is okay, but I didn't actually betray you. So I didn't do anything wrong. And Tom is basically being like, yes, but by you basically telling me that you wanted to do that, you're telling me that I am potentially worth risking to you. And that means you do not value me very much. And that makes me feel bad. Please acknowledge my feelings.
Yeah.
And Johnny is looking at this from a logical standpoint and being like, I didn't do anything though. So
it's like not the point.
I literally, it felt like I was watching a couple fight here where I was just like, I was ready to mediate.
Tom Sandoval has many layers and many feelings, and that if you offend him, like, he's not going to forget it.
You have to talk about it at least. He's like, you offended me, and now you're trying to act like you did not offend me. So, like, let's talk about the offense, right? Let's talk about how that made me feel. Why we're in this place? Johnny's like, get over it. I need you to save me. And Tom's like, but we haven't discussed how you made me feel in that moment. Again, he doesn't do betrayal. He's not that type of guy. Okay, you have to be straight up with Tom Sandoval.
All right, let's talk about the vote here. It's time for Johnny versus Paul, and everybody go into the bookcase, and we're waiting on Joel. Joel is uncharacteristically late. I like that there's like, is he usually here for this? And yeah, he's here. Usually,
like I've seen him before.
I've done this.
Jenny,
before.
This is so typical of House of Villains, though, Jenny.
Oh yeah, like Joel is up to something. We get, he's traipsing through the house. He's eating,
throwing
food.
chairs like a Mormon housewife,
knocking shit over.
Yeah, and this is going to mean something, because before Joel goes through the bookcase that leads to the what I forget, the stronghold is what they call the room. He has a piece of paper or an envelope or something, and he goes into the pantry and he just pops that in behind something. I don't know, maybe New York sardines or something. And then he finally shows up.
Yeah. I thought that he was going to cancel the vote. I thought that we were going to find out, okay, hey, just so you know, no vote tonight. Everybody's going to stay.
All
Ashley
that for
went
nothing?
out. Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's like, I just found out that Ashley's like, I've not been here. I sent Johnny bananas to do this challenge. I've just been briefed on the fact that Ashley's gone.
Because that's happens on Survivor, where, you know, then we go through the whole thing of who's going to get voted out. And then Jeff shows up on the beach like, hey, guys, bad news. Randon has been medevaced. Banu, looks like you're going to get a second chance. And
worst day about his life.
Yeah, it ends up like happening on. So I kind of thought that, like, well, yeah, they hate losing people on this show. They go weeks without getting rid of somebody. They're not going to lose two people.
No, I had the complete opposite thought, because we've seen shenanigans in that house so many times that anytime Joel McHale is in the house, anytime there's a unmarked envelope, I mean, we've seen it pop up in pizza boxes. Every time that happens, we know somebody's about to get a ridiculous power, or, you know, there's some wild twist. One time when Jenny and I created the cocky, they just found like a black rooster in the
that was purple.
I don't know. It was black.
I think like everything in the show is purple, but you're right. It could,
yeah, but they found it in the refrigerator, just like in there.
Just pop
like
it in there.
Yeah, there was nothing. There was no fanfare. Yeah. There was no like, hey, be on the lookout for this rooster. It was just like, oh shit, what is this? You know. So
I mean, the hand was in the pizza box.
Yeah, they just do stuff like this. So when Joel McHale is knocking shit over in his house, I just figured, okay, well, he's about to give somebody a power. There's about to be a twist for next episode.
Next episode. Okay. So things continue to be very heated between Sandoval and Johnny when Johnny and Paul are going to sit in their respective chairs. And this goes on for a while between Johnny and Tom Sandoval.
Johnny should have blamed Ashley. She's not here to defend herself. Blame Ashley. Ashley wanted me to put you up, Tom. I didn't want to, but I was pressured by my alliance. It was Ashley. She's not here. Lie, Tom. You lie about this woman. It's not. Yeah. I know it. I know he cannot perceive lying about a woman, but like for me, Tom, the answer was right there. Blame somebody else.
I think that the toothpaste is out of the tube at this point after the first fight, and I think that this is just like, we're getting our last licks in. I mean, obviously at this point, Tom definitely knows that they're getting rid of Johnny here.
Yeah.
So it might as well go at it a little bit longer here.
Yeah, not a great move by Johnny to. I know he's talking about Tom Sandoval, but he refers to his time on Love Island, where he's like saying that arguing with bitches is something that, you know, Tom Sandoval's living. Like, you sure about that?
He said, "Oh, is that how you speak about women?" And the crowd goes, "Ooh, like Tom got him." And then Johnny's backtracking, like, "I would never say that about
I was talking about you.
I was talking about
not the women.
Man, bitches, you know, them bitches."
Yeah, I understood the point that Johnny was going for here, but the way that he set it up did very much sound like he was insinuating that.
No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
It would behoove you to get over it real quick.
Yeah, this was just bad all around. You know, again, Johnny is not acknowledging that Tom felt hurt by this, right? Because he's saying, I didn't do anything. So at this point, I think Johnny knows he's probably about to go. I don't think he's surprised when these votes come in and they're against him.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that Paul, you know, it didn't seem like that he had any allies. New York is even jumping on him, but maybe New York is just like, well, I don't want this to be a boring vote here.
There's two things here. So Paul does his little speech, and he's basically selling like, I've got no one. Did you see in that challenge? No one wanted to help me. Ding, 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 ding. Boo. This is where you went wrong, because I know Miss New York, and she stepped up for Paul, let the tarantula go on her face for him, and she's like, excuse me, hurt. I did something for you and you're not going to acknowledge it. Like, what do you mean you don't have any allies? Like, I did a thing for you. So she's offended in this moment and does not like that Paul is basically acting like no one, oh, poor me. No one stepped up to help me. And she's like, bitch, I let a tarantula walk on my face for you, actually. So this is bullshit. So even though, you know, New York is about to vote for Paul to stay in the house, she's going to make sure that she's like, you do not slight me. And so this is where Paul went wrong. You always thank Miss New York for what she's done for you. Okay. You have to acknowledge her.
You have to
validate her.
Jenny, did you catch when Kate talked about New York being on her docking station?
Yes, oh my god, literally the words out of my mouth, because I literally have it in my notes, because when they're about to go downstairs, when Johnny Bananas shows up and Kate and Christine are talking about, you know, she's gotta like load her, or what did she say? The wording of it. She's gotta warm up because she sits on the side of the bed. It's her docking station. This is how she gets her power to go be Tiffany New York Pollard. Like, I'm telling you that bed is her life force. It is her docking station. And I fully believe that she had to go to her docking station before the vote, because she was charged up for Paul. Like, she's like coming at him. She said, we already elected a pope.
He was wearing the crosses on his thing. It was a cool outfit.
Yeah.
But Rob, to me, once Johnny fights with Tom, there's no mathematical way he can get the votes here, right? Because pissing off Tom means Kate's got Tom's back. So, you know, that means that you lost Kate. I don't think Kate gets a vote, but you lose Tyson as well. Like, New York was already kind of over Paul anyway. So it's just like, unless he got Christine and Drita, there still wasn't anything he could do, you know?
Yeah.
I do think that if all of that stuff had not happened between Tom and Tyson, that Tyson maybe feels more able to kind of push his own personal agenda, and really try to like get Tom to come around on like, this is going to be better for us. Like, Paul is someone that we can't really trust. Johnny on his own is not going to, like, he doesn't even know what he's doing. Like, I really do think that if Tom and Tyson, if their relationship was in a better place, that Tyson is feeling more able to push for what he wants here. But you got to get your buddy back, and you got to let him have this one.
So we get the votes. Tom votes for Johnny and says, "Bye, bitch."
He hates him. They hate each other.
Yeah.
I love it.
No love lost there. I loved New York also, like, kind of like hyping up Tom in that fight between him and Johnny, because like Tom's getting worked up and New York's kind of like, "You're good, you got this." Like, she's kind of like, I don't know. She's just such an empathetic, lovely woman.
And ultimately, Johnny is going to get voted out 4-1. Only Drita voted for Paul.
Yeah. Paul's shocked.
Yeah. Because Paul doesn't have any allies. But and really, Paul, like, literally no allies, right? Ashley's gone. And then Johnny follows right behind. This might be good for Paul. Maybe he's less threatening now that he doesn't have an army. I mean, right now it looks like Tyson's in the hot seat if anybody is.
For sure. No, this is, and Paul, here's the thing. Paul has made some mistakes here and there, and Paul obviously like is in the situation that he's in where, he doesn't have anyone really riding for him. Like that has happened for a reason. However, accurately sees that the fight between Johnny and Tom strategically could have been really bad for him, and that if people weren't going to just give Tom what he wanted here, that they would say, keep the two that aren't friends feuding. Like, that's a guaranteed person that's going on each other's. Yeah. Drita sells it, and then Paul even calls it out in the confessional, being like, Johnny kind of dug a grave here, but this might actually not be good for me. So, it's like Paul is genuinely shocked, it seems, when he survives this vote, because like, if people were playing perhaps optimally for some of these people, they would have kept this going and gotten out Paul.
All right.
But that's good for him.
Do you all have a winner of the coveted Handy Award?
I mean, respectfully, this is Kate's week. Everything she wanted, she got. She tore that entire alliance apart. They're almost all gone. And she even got the target on Tyson. She broke up Tom and Tyson for the most part. They're like on the fringes. Look at Kate, a successful HOH.
I will say, I think that Kate did not get everything she wanted, and that she, like, taking the shot at Tyson and not having it land. It's not like Big Brother where she can't be the supervillain of the week again next round. However, she did kind of draw the line in the sand by putting Tyson up, and he did not go home. So I don't love, it's not perfect. But a lot of other people did not have optimal weeks. So it's like, there's part of me is like, Tyson definitely made some mistakes, but Tyson gets put on the, on the hit list, hauls ass in this competition, saves himself. And despite, the mistakes he made in the last episode, does seem to repair his relationship with Tom for the most part. So he does some good work here, but again, does not feel right putting, giving him the handy, considering his target has really, I'm so sorry. This is what we've done. Okay. I don't know. This is a hard.
I have to push back. No, it should not be that hard. Tyson doesn't have any more allies. He literally only has Tom.
I'm not saying I'm giving it to Tyson definitively, but
I think it has to be Kate.
Is there a third option?
No.
Rob, what do you think? Who would you give the handy to?
Kate really did a lot of work here. I think that Tyson's kind of on the back foot with Sandoval. She was responsible for that. She found the notebook. She ends up getting, like, if her goal was to break up one of those bedrooms, like, that whole bedroom is totally gone. So
decimated.
Can we just give it to New York?
No. What did
Why?
she do? We love her. Don't get me wrong. Listen, her existing is enough for me to consider it. But I really do think that, like, okay.
Who's coming for New York?
I mean, I honestly think she needs to win. I think she needs to win Supervillain soon. But I think Tyson was in an alliance with everybody. And now he's in alliance with nobody. And that's largely Kate's Kate's doing. All he has is Tyson. Kate got rid of almost that entire bedroom. And she's aligned with the most people now. She's aligned with Drita, she's aligned with Christine, she's aligned with Tom. It'd be really hard to get Kate out of the house right now. I think I just need
over it not being perfect, and that like the Tyson thing, like, you know, she took the shot. It didn't.
There's no perfect players on House of Villains, Jenny.
No, I will stand up and say, Kate, listen, here's my issue with that. Kate didn't target Tyson directly. Ashley got medevac, so she had to pick somebody.
Right.
So, you know, it's not like she missed the shot on Tyson. The shot was on Johnny, but she needed and listen, she didn't even make that nomination. Ashley made that nomination from the grave.
Yeah.
Her the handy
tonight.
True. We gave her the handy last week, and
is this 2 in a row?
Happy. I think it's and truly it because it has to span her whole reign here, and I am okay with that. I am in support of it. I just wanted to also just like explore the other ways, the other handy you know, possibilities.
Explore them.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to come back next week. We're going to get Supervillain of the Week. We're going to get our new hit list, and then we'll start to head towards the end game. What do we have, 10 episodes? 11?
Yeah, I think it's 10 total. I think we'll got a couple more weeks here.
Couple more weeks.
I will say, you know, a couple episodes, we were all excited about, you know, Kate and Tom forging a friendship here, and based on the previews for next week, I don't know how much longer that friendship's lasting. Well, she called him like a worm with a mustache.
She might have said in love. So
maybe
we don't know what's in the envelope. So there's definitely shenanigans probably involved with that. But even now, depending on who wins Supervillain, if they got to put up 3 people, there's not a lot of fodder in the house that you can put up and not piss off anybody. You know, if Tom wins Supervillain, who does he put up? Christine, New York, and who? You know, right. And it's Tom targeting Drita would be crazy. But you could say the same thing about Tyson. Who is Tyson going to put up if he wins? Who does New York put up? You know, so I think right now we're in that sweet spot where putting up 3 nominees makes this show really fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Jenny, you spoke with Johnny. That interview is dropping, I think, sometime on Friday?
Yeah. Sure. I believe so. I believe on Friday morning. And if it's past Friday morning, go listen to it. I had a nice little chat with Johnny. And yeah, that was a good time. So
okay. All right. And then Chappell, what's coming up for you?
Stuff, you know, recap kickback. We got a lot going on. We're talking about New York too. I Love New York season 1. We're up to episode 7. Chantel's never seen it, so we talk about it live on Sundays on recapkickback.com. And then some other shenanigans over there. Follow me on all social media platforms at Recap Kickback.
Oh, yes? I do, Rob.
Oh yeah.
There's a little show coming out.
Yes.
I believe tomorrow.
Whoa.
On Prime. From you might have heard of Jury Duty. Rob, you remember when we covered Jury Duty?
I do. I
Ronald
remember.
Gladden.
Ronald. Oh yeah. Would have taken me a minute to get back to Ronald.
Okay, well, I think Ronald Gladden should be on the Traitors, but that's a whole other conversation. They're doing it again. It's Company Retreat, and Mike Bloom and I are gonna get together to talk about this crazy little show and see if they can, pull this magic again. And so I believe these recaps will be on the We Know Reality TV feed. So those should be the first recap should be dropping within the next day or two, I believe. So I'm very, very excited about this.
Have you watched it yet?
I have not.
Okay.
So I've been holding off. But I'm very, very excited. I have high hopes about it. And I think it's gonna be a great time with Mike and I.
Well, Jenny, you're welcome to stick around, because I'll tell you what we have coming up is that Chappell and I are going back to back, because right after this, we're going to record another podcast, and we're going to talk about my favorite scripted show, Paradise, episode 6. You thought that there were some villains on this show.
We actually have to talk about 2 episodes, Rob.
Yeah,
We did
we'll talk
not
about it. We'll talk about episode 5. We'll talk about episode 5.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but it'll be more focus on episode 6.
You'll yada it.
Yeah, I was traveling last week. There's stuff to talk about from episode 5. Okay, so check that out, of course, and then check out Chappell and I every week on the Slop Club Condo, talking about what's going on over on Survivor on the Patreon feed. Been a really fun season of Club Condo, so check it out. Rob has a website.com/patron. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, and we'll be back with more House of Villains next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.